carry that chip on our shoulder and why we respond to things in a certain way. That, and I think everything that you said is legitimate. That we've been oppressed for so long, we carry that, we internalize it, and it comes out in different ways. And you're right, what a black person does, and especially a black woman does versus what a white woman does, it's viewed differently. That being said, I think that there are some things we have a right to try to look internally. We have to have the ability to look internally and look at how we're conducting ourselves still. There is a need for a certain level of inventory that we need to do as a people in how we treat each other, how we conduct ourselves when we're out in the world. And though we carry that pain and that baggage, we need to deal with it. I think first and foremost, we need to call it what it is. There needs to be an acknowledgement of the pain and the hurt, and then there needs to be some level of a way for us to heal. And once the healing can occur, then I think we can be addressing the way that we behave too. Because I still do believe, I know for me as a black man, I'm always thinking about how other people are looking at it. It's not supposed. I know it's not supposed to be like that. Like for instance, I go to a restaurant and the bill comes, right? I feel like I'm fighting against stereotypes all the time, right? The bill comes, right? I'll over tip all the time. Because I just don't want to be seen as this black person and he ain't going to tip.
Well, white people don't tip.
Well, they don't ever get that bad rap. And I feel like we walk around with this type of stuff underneath the skin all the time. So I understand the frustration. I think as a black man, I feel the same level of frustration with certain things. But it's different for a black woman. But I think there's an acknowledgement that we all have...
we have to admit what we do as well.
I think so.
As a black woman, I know if that was me in that situation, I was going to mash up that people's store. So I know that. So we go into these nail salons knowing that. They're not going to come at me because I'm going to be 10 times worse than whatever they're going to throw at me. That's how we walk into a nail salon. If they mess up my nails and I feel like walking out of this nail salon, I should have the right to walk out and not pay. And they ain't going to do nothing. Now, if you go to a black-owned nail salon, or let's for instance, you go to your barbershop, you can't walk out no barbershop saying that you ain't paying.
It might be good.
That's not happening.
You
go to a black-owned nail salon, you gotta pay your deposit before you even touch the store. You're not gonna be seen unless you put a deposit down, and that deposit, mind you, is non-refundable. So when you go to your local nail salon and the Chinese lady told you come pay her Friday when you get paid, you can't do that with no black-owned nail salon, no black-owned business. I would love to support a lot more black-owned businesses, and I feel that we should support our black-owned businesses. But I just feel like there's certain things we need to start admitting as a race. Like, we need to admit what we do that's wrong, so we can move forward and grow as a community. Because like Quan said, black kid gets killed or a black person gets killed by a white person, we protesting heavy. Every day on Channel 12, a black kid is getting killed by another black person. It's not a white person killing them. No, I don't see no protests. I don't see no marches. I seen one march in Brownsville for Stop Violence. There was a young boy that got killed, 16 and 17-year-old, 2 black kids. You killed this young boy because y'all got into an argument. I didn't see no protesting going on for that. But if it was a white boy or a white kid that killed a black kid, we would be over here marching, calling out Sharpton.
Because of the racial history.
Yeah, I understand that, but we still got to keep the same energy for our own people. We got to change that nation, that notion that, because of our past and our slavery, we're going to always protest white. We need to fix the black. Because just like slavery times, the house slaves used to treat the field slaves like shit.
Absolutely.
We need to stop that stigmatism, like we are against each other all the time. Let's come together instead of always protesting the white. I get it.
Did y'all know y'all gonna wear blue today?
Oh my gosh.
Here's my thing with that. It's like, I think there's just too many battles against black people. And so like, there's like, we're fighting this one, we're fighting that one. It's like every race is fighting us. The darker you are, even within blackness, the darker you are, you're fighting against the lighter. Like, we're constantly fighting against blackness. And so I think it becomes too complex for people to fight multiple fights simultaneously.
Okay.
And so I think one of the easier things to do is to say, we're not going to take this from white people because of the history.
Right.
Because and honestly, it's not that hard to regress. It's not that hard to go back into slavery. Let me be very clear. And let me be very clear about the political climate that we're in and how the regression has already started. Like, we need to wake up and we need to fight the biggest battle. I agree with you. We do need to, if black people are killing black people, no matter who's killing who, like, we need to protest that as a black life that matters.
Yeah.
I just think one of the issues that might come up with that is like we will be fighting a battle every day, every minute of our lives. Yeah. So we're fighting the most egregious battle.
Just to note though, like, and I think Sasha, you're right about we should have energy because every life counts. Yeah. And no violence against a black person. Even if it's a black person, we definitely have to hold everyone accountable. But many crimes that are committed, even in white neighborhoods and everywhere else, it's by someone that you're close to. Many murders and stuff like that never happen like just randomly. It's about somebody you know. So people always talk about black and black crime and stuff like that. But when you look at the stats, whites are killing whites, right. Blacks are killing blacks, Asians are killing Asians.
It's just not reported.
It's just not, yeah. So the way that they frame the argument all the time always comes around, oh, black people are killing black people. Well, white people kill white people. You know what I'm saying? They do a lot of craziness too.
Yeah, so it's just the fact that white people ain't been killed a lot, and like black people been killed. Yeah. Mostly.
And I would say you're right about like the fact that we have all this violence in our community amongst ourselves. We definitely need to.
I just feel like
because the rate of murder in our communities on each other. Mm-hmm. is high,
and that's why I kind of made a comment on Instagram the other day when the situation happened. Mm-hmm. I want to refrain and tell y'all, tell the situation what I said on Instagram. I said when I seen the video and everything, I said, you see, this is why black women. This is the thing that happened. Why black? I kind of said something. I don't remember what it was like per se, but it was kind of like. Black women, this is what's happening. This is why black women need to stop worrying about the small things. Who man fucking who and this and this and this and that. When I was saying it, it wasn't that I was saying it to, let me say my words correctly. The way I was saying it and the way I was trying to say it was, this is like a more of an eye-opener that it should just be black women shouldn't. I'm just going specifically on black women because black women is the only one that really go for nails and things like that. We don't have that many black-owned nail salons. You understand what I'm saying? It might be when we went to the protest. It was maybe about 12 in New York. Son, New York is big, B.
And their prices are different.
You understand what I'm saying?
Are much more Expensive than regular New York.
Yeah. So it's like when I was saying that, it's not to say that it's not that I was trying to play. It's just like. Why are you worrying about the small thing, who your man fucking and this and that, and instead of coming together and doing something? Like, I'm not saying Sasha and Anika would do a thing together, but I'm just using an example of why black women just don't come together and do something like that. You understand what I'm saying?
It's black men too.
I know, I'm saying black men too, but it's not that many. You understand what I'm saying? Most of them is owned by Chinese. By Chinese and Asians, and they run that industry. That's their industry.
Just like dry cleaning and other industries.
Yes, dry cleaners and laundry and things like that. But
the hair industry, the weave industry is run by Koreans. Yeah, it's not run by anyone.
We're trying to come up
multi-billion,
but we're still not nowhere.
But and that also speaks to the self-hatred part, right? Yeah. It's like, why are we getting somebody else's hair?
Yeah. Why are we trying to look a
certain way? Yeah, I don't want to get. That's another conversation.
Yeah, but that. Yeah.
Don't look at me straight.
That's a cocktail conversation.
That's a cocktail. But I think in conclusion, this was a really good talk. I want to thank everyone for joining today, and it's all about love, guys. I want you guys to continue the conversation below. Write your comments. Definitely let us know how you feel about everything here.
Also, something I
Oh,
wanted
man.
to also say, not to cut you off and
No,
stuff
no.
like that. I think it's stupid for the protesters to do the dumb shit to go to other nail salons and go in the nail salon and protest and stuff like that. The other nail salon have nothing to do with that nail salon and throwing bottles and hitting people and going there. You understand what I'm saying? Because just be realistic. Y'all go around and y'all protest and y'all want to protest for all these nail salons to be closed. When y'all protest for all the nail salons, where the hell y'all go? Where the hell women gonna go? Where the hell they gonna go? Where they gonna go?
They just got jacked up nails.
Nah.
I'm saying, listen, ain't no woman want no jacked up nails. And I done seen women with jacked up nails.
My protest is passive. I just will.
Listen, I'm talking about the women that actually want it, because it doesn't make no sense. If the nail salon that had the incident, you protesting them. Alright, y'all got them closed. What the hell are y'all going to the one across the street, the one down the block, the one up Eastern Parkway? That had nothing to do with it. That don't make no fucking sense.
I hear you. I think what you said though was a great point in terms of like, where are the black-owned businesses in the black communities?
Yeah.
I think that's probably a larger conversation for another day, but I think, you know, rather than going on the negative or the punishment in terms of like punishing these other nail salons, it's like, where's our positive reinforcement? Where are like
Somebody coming
sisters
up and saying,
or brothers who are willing to come up and say,
"Yeah, we're
"Listen,
doing this.
we're gonna open this. We need the community support.
That's
We're
what
doing
I
a
said,
grand
we should
opening.
need
We need the same
Assembly
assembly people who
Right.
came out for this protest to
Absolutely.
come out for this
That's
opening
awesome.
right
And
after.
same
Absolutely.
protesters,
I think
Same
come
energy.
and
That
support.
same energy
The
when
same
it's time for me
energy,
to open up my black-owned
but in
nail
a
salon.
positive way, and you know, projecting that into the community and getting the community involved to say like, this happened and we did this protest, but like this is happening now and we're trying to take like more of a positive movement to our culture. Like, how are y'all?
Let's not worry about shutting down businesses. Let's worry about opening up.
Right.
Open up.
Change the narrative.
And
Right.
even teaching good business practices.
Well, that's true.
Like-
They need a course on
Right.
that. People need to
Like,
start taking courses.
That's why I said I felt that they
Customer
were
service
wrong
course.
on the wrong, you know, there was two wrongs. Now, as a business owner, if you felt that they didn't pay for their services, you could have handled that 10 different ways besides that way. You could have took their photo, you could have called the police, you could have said, well, hey, I don't want these customers coming in my nail salon anymore because they didn't pay me for my services.
And what Quan said is good too, because we were talking about when we have black-owned businesses, we handle things differently than each other.
Yep.
Like, we ain't gonna let, like, your Bob ain't gonna let you
You're
slide.
not gonna let-
Unless you use men's, like, and you go there every day, he might let you get away with the first cut. You know what I mean? But you gotta pay in certain situations. So even in those situations, like, we need to learn how to manage those incidences without it getting into a violent or
Even
anything
in
like
the
that.
African
like a
braiding
two-way street,
stores,
Yeah.
you can't go into Africans and they do braid your hair and tell them you're not paying them.
And I'm gonna be
You're
real.
not walking out of that salon without paying
And
them.
I'm gonna be realistic. I'm not going in there talking shit to somebody that's cutting my fucking hair. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not disrespecting my barber. You ain't fucking my shit up. And that's what I would say about a female going to a nail salon. You want to talk, but that's the problem. Most of these Asians and Chinese people, they don't understand. They take it.
And they take it.
You can't, like you said, you can't go. Can you imagine a female going into a black-owned nail salon and talking that shit or not paying that off or whatever? Man, they will fuck your nails up.
They're not letting you leave. That's number one. They're not letting you leave, period.
Well, I think it's a two-way street. Like, as we're talking about, like, if we're going into black-owned businesses and we're expecting a certain thing, and if we're saying we're not going to pay for something if it doesn't happen a certain way, it's like you're also taking money out of that black person's pocket. Like, it's a two-way street. It's a sticky situation. Like, I don't feel like there's a right answer or a right way or a cookie-cutter way, but I feel like, you know, there's definitely certain conversations.
It's a conversation. I think every time a black business opens up, they really need to understand the community. There need to be some kind of, like, come in and the respect needs to be there. Rules need to be clearly outlined. You know what I mean? There's ways in which you can set up mechanisms that help the situation to run smoothly.
But that's what comes into customer service. They black-owned businesses will be open and then they close. You understand what I'm saying? And it's all because of customer service, like the O's on St. John's. good food. They used to be on Notion. Good food and everything. You go here, good food and stuff like that. Bad customer service. You gotta wait 2 hours for food. You know what I'm saying?
And even some, as a community also, we don't support a lot of our black-owned businesses.
Yeah.
There was a guy that opened up a liquor store on Nostrand and Linden. He was in business for probably about, 8 months? Nobody wouldn't go in his liquor store because everybody used to go in to the Chinese one.
Yeah. And even, let's be real too, all our corner stores out here. I just got shocked. I was on Utica, walking down. I go to one shop. No, I was shocked. I was shocked.
Shocked.
But you know what I'm saying?
Shocked.
Shocked. Not shocked. You know what I'm saying?
I said, what?
If I got shot, you know. I told everybody I know we gonna get these motherfuckers. We circling around. You know what I'm saying? But no, I was shocked. I went down to I went to one store and I remember the dude from my corner store, right? You know, the Middle Eastern dude. So I'm like, okay, go there every time I see him. Then I went 3 blocks down, I see him at that store. So I had to look where the fuck I was at. I'm like looking around. Yeah, man, he just found out he owned 4 or 5 stores in this neighborhood. And I'm just saying to myself, wow, we really don't own any kind of businesses in our community, man, and they don't do nothing. They take the money and they gone. They don't live here. They don't have a vested interest in here.
They also come from countries that have oil.
They don't circle that.
So they already coming into money. It's not black people. We're not born into money. You know what I'm saying?
And we got, so that's it. Really necessitates that we have
to work 10 times harder to get what we have to get.
Support each other. That's why it's really that dedicated. But anyway, we can go on for hours. I know we can. So a great topic. Thank you guys for joining us today. You know what I mean? Like, subscribe to the video. Please continue the conversation in the comments below. We are out. Feteworld.
Feteworld.